Hello and welcome to another GT Sport video. Today we'll be doing Daily Race A, which this week is the newly added to the Toyota Yaris GR Performance on the Carte de la Sarthe circuit, which many of you will know under the name of Le Mans. So let's get right into it with the first race. We're starting in 4th place. And after 10 seconds we're still in 4th place. So we did screw up the start. That's already quite a beginning. Still alive after the Dunlop chicane, and it seems that we already have created quite a gap to the cars behind. As you can see from the tiny cars moving around, the back end of these cars is quite loose. So in those terms it was quite a tricky car to drive. So heading into the Mulsanne straight for our first and only lap, we approached cooldown as we were into a slipstream, and we will be passing him right now. And as we approach our first chicane, we brake just a tiny bit late, which results in not having the ideal line coming out of the first chicane, and cooldown overtaking us. Well, if there's one advantage to this, is that we do have the slipstream again, and now we can overtake him again, or at least try to. So here we approach the second chicane, and cooldown backs out quite a bit as I went into the inside. Coming out of the corner, cooldown now has a slipstream, but now I really go into the defensive side and cover the inside of what will become the Mulsanne corner at the end of the straight. He doesn't really seems to be wanting to pass me, so he bumps off me. Now he goes to the outside, and we're making the approach to the corner. He gives me a little bump, but I do manage to keep it on track. And coming out of the Mulsanne corner, he seems to have the better exit of us two, and he overtakes us again. So on our way to Indianapolis now. And as we approach the Indianapolis corner, I try to get next to him, try to get the cut back here, and manage to get next to him, but actually I'm on the outside of the next corner, so it's not really gonna work. I brake early, try to get the cut back, and actually he goes off here. And that's where I secure my 3rd position. And as you can see, I'm not really in the position to be approaching the front 2 drivers anymore, so here we go through Porsche curves. One of the 2 drivers in front has to serve a penalty, but we don't get close enough anymore. So P3 is the position in which we finish. P4 to P3, not really too bad. In the results you can also see that cooldown has fell back from 4th to 5th position, so the front group managed to catch up to him, apparently. So 3rd place, bronze medal. At least it's something. But let's dive right into the next race. Still Daily Race A. Still with the Toyota Yaris. This race we are starting in second position. This will give us a better shot at the race win. So let's see how we do. So we're starting up. Just a little bit of traction control there as we come off the line. We lose our second position for just a second there. And now we're approaching the Dunlop chicane. Here we come through, and coming out of the Dunlop chicane, we actually get a little bump from the Italian driver behind us. This probably results in us being able to maintain our P2 and keeping these other drivers behind us. Now as we are making our entry to the Mulsanne straight, we don't oversteer as much as the last time, and if you look behind us, the German driver quite misses his entry there, which leaves a gap of more than a second between me and P3. This results in us being out of range, out of slipstream range actually, but we are within slipstream range, only just, of the Norwegian driver. But we're still a little too far away to be able to overtake him. We brake a little bit late into the first chicane, which means we approach P1 quite closely, but coming out, Norwegian driver has a way better exit, which in turn results in him having a 1 second gap. And nothing else much happens over the course of that lap, so we secure P2. We still come close to P1, but not really in the position to attack him. So P2 it is. Well, that was probably the most exciting race that you have ever seen. So silver medal it is. 1 position better than the last race. Let's hope we can do better in the next. Maybe we can even take a win. But we're gonna pass to the results now. And if you look at the safety ratings of the other drivers here, you can clearly see there was a lot of love being exchanged over the course of this lap. Which means that for me it might not have been that of an exciting race, but for a lot of other drivers it will have been. So here we are at the third race. Like the first one, we're starting in P4 here. Let's hope it's not really a sign for things to come. The good thing is we do have the inside of the first corner though. So we're starting off. Approaching the Dunlop chicane. Going through here. A lot of drivers sliding around and bumping into each other. I also get a bump from the inside, but I don't go off. 2-second penalty for the French driver on the left as we try to maintain our racing line. Try to go to the inside of the French guy, and actually we kind of push him off quite a bit. Are we going to get a penalty for this? Apparently not really. But still, we're in the middle of quite a pack of cars. So we're now in a group of 6 cars actually, approaching the first chicane. let's see how we do here. So we're approaching the first chicane, braking a little early as to not being pushed off. But after all, we get pushed off actually by the same French guy who has got a 2-second penalty already. So after that not so soft encounter with the wall, we continue our course. By this time we're in P6. We're half a second or a little more than half a second behind P7, and we are slipstreaming our way through the two drivers in front, fighting for fourth. We're approaching the second chicane. We're trying to make sure to take our ideal line here, but our exit is a little bit blocked by the German driver here. As another driver mingles in with us, and actually that's the driver which won the previous race. So at this point, I'm bump drafting the German driver, and as we approach the Malzahn corner, we're braking a little later than him. Here we try to make sure we keep our ideal line, and we make the most of it, because coming out of the Malzahn corner we are P5. Driving from this half second the penalty, so things are looking good for us. So here we're approaching Indianapolis. And here we get a lovely little bump from the German driver, which pushes off in the sand. He gets a penalty, but we lose just too much time. So now, because of that unfortunate push, we're in P6. Fortunately, the drivers behind us are too far off to overtake us. So now we're going through the Porsche curves. And you can see there's a lot of love being exchanged between the German and French driver. Here I make a little shifting mistake. Now the German driver is going to serve his penalty, and I get a half a second penalty as well. So what position are we going to secure? We're in P4 right now because another driver went off. And here we're over the line in P4, and we get pushed back to P5 because we still had that penalty. Well, all things considered, we were being pushed around and have pushed other players around. P5 could have been worse. So there you go. This concludes our video for today. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time.